Definitely, Vietnam has benefited a lot from integrating into the global trade order, similar to China has done as well. So I think we have a lot of interest in promoting and keeping the global trade order, especially upholding the One Trade Organization principle and protecting the free trade and open trade to our partners around the world. So I think Vietnam and China shares a lot of interest in promoting trade multilaterally, but also in terms of bilateral trade is very important because I think Vietnam and China have been integrated very deeply into the global supply chain, and Vietnam needs a lot of support from China, as well as China would benefit a lot from supporting Vietnam in integrating into the supply chain. So I think we have a lot of common interests, both bilaterally and multilaterally, to uphold the trade order, not only regionally, but also globally. I remember one very interesting definition from a Chinese professor about China's modernization is China is a model of open source modernization. So when you improve things, you create technologies, you improve the high-speed railway system in China, you're more willing to share with countries like Vietnam, like Cambodia, like Laos. And I think that's very important motivation for countries like Vietnam to have more connection with China, not only in terms of economic cooperation, but also in terms of political infrastructure and people-to-people connection as well. And very interesting fact about 20,000 Vietnamese students in China. I think that number has been growing quite drastically over the past few years. So previously, many Vietnamese students chose to go to Western countries like Australia, UK, US to study, but increasingly now they want to study in China because of the very impressive economic growth story that China brings to the world. So I think that's one very important link for China to show to their neighbors, including Vietnam, about the stories of Chinese development and how they can really help other countries to develop to their level, not just kicking away their development ladders like what we are criticizing the policy of the Trump administration's recent tariff liberation day, quote unquote. So I think it's important to emphasize that aspect of cooperation between China and Southeast Asian countries, including Vietnam, for the next few years, especially under the very uncertain global situations.